So we're going to open our books to page, right, 386, and the process, or the problems we started with were questions 1 and 2, and then 7 through 10, right?
Yeah.
All right. Don't want to write in highlighter. So 1, 2, 7 through 10. All right, so as we're looking at our books on this, okay, the first question has Z, and then they're asking for us to write less than, equal to, greater than, or equal to. So we see on the number line that they put the circle on what number? 14. So we know we're dealing with the number 14. So then as I look at number 14, I see that the circle is empty or colored in? Empty. So if the circle is empty, does that mean it's included in that inequality? Do I include it if the circle is empty? No. So Z is what then 14? Less than 14. Okay? Remember, open circles mean do not include this number. Then on number 2, we see that we're dealing with the letter C. And the number line looks like this. That's it. It's a 2. Okay? And we see that it's an open circle and it's moving to the right. So we have 2, 3, 4, so on. So, what number are we dealing with here? 2. And because the circle is open, we are going to say that it is greater than 2. C needs to be any number bigger than 2. Alright, so staying on page 387, we're going to deal with number 7. And number 7 looks like this. We have 8, 9, 10, right? And they draw, it's a circle, and it's that way. So, the letter is X. What number are we dealing with here? 8, because the number, or the circle's above the number 8. And then, circle's open, so we include or not? Not. So we say X is, well, it's moving to the right, so we want to say X is greater than. Here's the trick that I want you to notice. Notice, I drew my circle right here, drew my line, and the arrow points that way, yes? Notice that this arrow looks just like the greater than sign. So if the point of my arrow is pointing that direction, so should my inequality sign. The end of the arrow, right here, that's in yellow, right, or in black, right here, should be the exact same thing that we put in our inequality, right there. Does that make sense? Does that help us know a little bit better? Use less than, greater than, and then we read it, X is greater than 8. So notice that my arrow that I'm drawing from the book, right there, is the same as the inequality sign. What about number 8? It says, so we see that I see 4, 3, 2, 5, 6, right? So then they drew the circle, they colored it in, and they drew it that way. The letter is F. We always put the letter first. Now, what direction is my arrow pointing? To the left. So I'm going to want to put my arrow, right? My inequality sign looks just like that, and then the number is 4. But what do we notice about our circle? It's colored in, so that means it needs to be included. How do I include 4 in my inequality? Evelyn? Put a line under it, meaning less than or equal to. So any number that's equal to 4 or smaller answers this inequality. Okay? Number 9 So then it goes 7, 6, 8 that way. Circle is open, and the arrow's pointing to the left. So the letter is Y, the number is 7. Do we see how we got the number 7? It's directly below the circle, so we know we're talking about the number 7. Which direction is my arrow pointing? To the left. So my inequality sign needs to look exactly the same and point to the left. This inequality says Y is less than 7. So the last one here is number 10. And it's got 0, 1, 2. It's got the colored in circle above 0, and the arrow is pointing to the right. Our letter is B. Our number is 0. So if my arrow is pointing to the right, my inequality sign needs to point to the right, meaning B needs to be greater than 0. Circle's colored in, so that means I need to include it. How do I do that? Everybody, put a line under it. Okay? So using the inequality of Y is less than or is greater than or equal to 2, right? We get our number line 1, 2, 3. And we want to have our arrow for our number line look just like the arrow from the inequality sign. So if it's pointing to the right, my line needs to go to the right. So I'm going to draw my line to the right that way. And then what do I notice about this inequality sign? It needs to be what? Filled in, because we see the greater than or equal to. Okay? So for this one, x is less than 6. I fill out my number line 5, 6, 7. Open or close circle?
Open.
Open, because it's not included. Arrows pointing to the left. R is, yeah, that was right. R is greater than 13, so I put 12, 13, 14. Open or close circle?
Open.
Open, and notice that my arrow here is pointing right. So that means I want to point to the right also. I want to include every number that's bigger than 13. And the last one, M, is less than or equal to 4. Is that correct?
Yep.
So I put 3, 4, and 5. Open or close circle? Close, because it's including 4. And my arrow's pointing to the left because I see it right there. Okay?